Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Money Monday. Today, we're going to be talking about what's the deal with the stock market, because it's been going on a downhill turn ever since the beginning of the year. Of course, I am Henry. I am your friend in finance. Thank you so much for joining me today. Before we get started, I just have one little housekeeping announcement, and that's that next Wednesday on May 25th at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Eastern, we have a free webinar, a fireside chat with Bob, crypto, and you. So if you're interested to see how we view crypto, how we use it in portfolios, please come on down, join us. I'll include the Eventbrite link in the comments section to this post. But now let's talk about the stock market, because the stock market has been on the downhill turn. It's had a lot of people worried. I've heard concerns about from clients, from non-clients. It comes up just when I go out now sometimes. So people bring it up because it is very concerning to some people. The S&P 500, I think, is down a little bit over 16%. If you have crypto, it's even worse. I think Bitcoin is down like almost 40% since the beginning of the year. All these are since the beginning of the year, and that can definitely be worrisome. So what's going on? Why are investments doing so badly? There's a lot of different factors that can play into this. Ultimately, whenever you're investing, a lot of different factors can always play in. We have the war in Ukraine that's still going on. We still have a wealth gap that's still putting some weird pressures on the market. We're still recovering from COVID. There's still a lot of weird knock-on effects that are happening because of the pandemic. So all these are kind of are playing together, and they're creating this system right now that's making the stock prices go down. Another thing that's affecting stock prices is that the Fed is trying to fight inflation by raising the interest rate. The Fed wants a low level of inflation at all times. They don't like this really high inflation that we have going on right now. So they're trying to fight it by raising interest rates, making people more interested in buying bonds. And in turn, those bonds, those are competing for the same dollars that people are putting into stocks. So some investors, probably hopefully intelligently for their own specific portfolio, are shifting from stocks to bonds. That's putting downward pressure on the market because people want to hold stocks less. The end result of all this, and then there's a lot of other factors that I'm sure that I'm not even speaking to right now, but the end result of all this is that there's downward pressure on the stock market. What ends up happening is that people who don't have a good financial plan, who don't have an asset allocation that is tailored for their specific risk tolerance, they start to panic, they start to flee the market, and that pushes prices down even further. It's the opposite of what happened before, where people who didn't have a good plan were pushing up the prices in the market, and now we're seeing on the opposite side what the effect of that is. This is why a financial plan with a tailored asset allocation, it's called, that's the breakdown between how much you have in stocks versus bonds, that is what will protect you in times like these. Because if you are the kind of person who the market starts going down and you start to panic and you start to panic sell, you're locking in losses. There's nothing wrong with being risk averse. I'm more on the risk averse side now, I think. Now that I have a deeper understanding of things, there's nothing wrong with being risk averse. It's all just about being clear about who you are as a person, how much your finances, how much risk your finances can withstand, how much risk you can emotionally withstand. A lot of people I've heard over the past 2 years saying they're incredibly aggressive investors, but now are starting to panic because the market's taking a downward turn. That's not how you stick to a financial plan. Good financial plan should be able to take these downward turns in stride. Why? Because these are always going to happen. This isn't the end of the world. Of course not. This is happening now. It's probably going to happen in another 5 years after we've had another upswing. This is just what the market does. This is when I talk about risk, it's times like this. Do you need money now? You probably can't stand that much risk. Do you need money in the next 3 months? You probably can't stand this much risk, because if it keeps going down, you're going to lose the money that you need. On the other hand, if you have a long time horizon, you probably can withstand a little bit more risk because it'll average out. This is the very real, visceral effect of what risk feels like, this downward turn right now. If you really don't like it, if this going down 16% in 5 months, if this is making you feel panicky, then your risk tolerance is probably lower than what your current portfolio is built for right now. So what's the solution to all this? If you are interested in investing, you need to know what your risk tolerance is, and that's where a financial plan comes into play. Reach out to me. If you are invested and the stock market going down is making you feel panicky and you want to and you are feeling the urge to sell stuff, that means you don't have a great financial plan right now. You need to reach out to me so we can find out what your exact risk tolerance is, so that way you don't feel panicky in times like this. Risk and reward are inherently they're tied to each other and they cannot be separated. The only way to protect yourself is with a clear understanding of who you are and what you need to in order to reach your goals. Related to that, I wrote an article last week on what is the right question to ask yourself, because a lot of people come up to me and go, "What's the best investment?" That's not the right question. The right question to start with are, what are your goals? What are your time horizons? From there, we can decide what the best investments are. Because if you come up to me and you say, "I want to be a millionaire tomorrow," guess what? I know a lot of scam artists who are willing to take your money. That's the honest truth. I know a lot of people who will tell you, "Oh yeah, I'll give you, give me $1,000. I'll give you $1 million in a month," and then they disappear. That's what's happening in crypto right now. That's happening all the time with NFTs right now. There's people willing to take your money. The most important question is not how can I get the most return. The most important question is, what are your goals? What are your outcomes? I have a whole article. I'll post that down below here as well. Ultimately, the end result of all this is, if the market downturn is making you feel jittery, making you feel panicky, you need a proper financial plan to help solidify against that. Reach out to me. My email is henry.gibson@planandact.com. Send us a message here through Facebook. Send us a message through LinkedIn. Send us a message through YouTube. It doesn't really matter. Reach out to us. We're here to help. We're here to help especially during these times. This is when these times are, honestly, I get excited because right now, one view is that stocks are on discount. So reach out to me. Come on with your questions. I'd love to answer any questions you might have. Give you the financial plan that can give you peace of mind. Honestly, that is what the goal is: peace of mind. So reach out to me. I'm looking forward to talking to you all. Hope you all are having a great day. Bye.